Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Somebody Should Have Told Me podcast, where we talk about our convictions, our career, and our coins. And I am your host, Miss Majesty Dennis. And I am excited to talk to you about today's episode. I really want to do something light and fun for the girls, because what can be more serious than your convictions, your career, and your coins? Today's episode is going to be called Church Girls in the Club. Yes, church girls in the club. And I want to talk to you about how I found myself in the local club. Because if you have known me for any extended period of time, from like childhood on up, like anything pre 2020, you know that for me, myself personally, that ideal is unthinkable for me. And yet here we are. I sit before you today as a person who has been to the club. So what had happened was so it all started out. I should say, I feel like in 2019 I really started to find my career stride, and I started to understand that like different happy hours and cocktail hours and all of these things, as far as networking, were a part of networking and a part of career advancement in corporate settings. And so, even like back a few years ago, how many years ago was that now? Maybe 5 or 6 years ago, I was in an administrative role, but part of that included like me helping facilitate the office culture. And so that was like the happy hours. If someone was leaving the company, we would do a little in-office happy hour and propose a toast, and everyone would give speeches. And I will say that was my first time, because I was coming like straight out of like, and out of is a strong word, but like straight from the ministry, straight from church being the only thing that I knew. Not that I couldn't function, but it was like the place that I felt most um it was like my natural habitat, I guess you could say. So I it was my first time like being around non-church people and like seeing how they function and what those corporate cultural norms were just in the workplace period. And beginning there, I really started to get some career momentum. Okay. So, and a lot of people like complain or are very much into what is it called, remote work, and I love remote work also, but I love all those in-office events. Okay, I put together a mean offsite. Do you hear me? I put together the creme de la creme when it comes to in-office events, holiday parties. I can put together a shindig now. This much I know is true. So this was my first time at this job, getting like introduced and acclimated to this whole new life, really, and starting to feel like I'm growing. I'm starting to understand more about how the corporate world is working at this time. So fast forward to me moving to the wonderful city that is Houston, Texas. Now, already as it is, no matter where I go, even when I was living in Dallas, I put my things in the GPS. It does not matter if I'm going the same place. It doesn't matter if I'm going to work every day. I still need to put the GPS, give me an estimated time of arrival. I need to make sure that I don't go the wrong way on this day. I don't miss my exit. So it does not matter how many times I go to a place. I could be coming home to the same place I live. I'm still going to put it in the GPS. Okay? That's just me. And don't even try to tell me directions, north, south, east, and west. Put it in the GPS. Okay? And we'll go from there. That's how I am. So that is how I continue to navigate this beautiful city that is Houston, Texas. But one thing I did know as I was preparing like my mind mentally, because I kind of knew that I was going to be moving to Houston in January, right? But I didn't actually of 2021, but I actually didn't get here until August of 2021. But I knew that the way that I was just being socially was not going to work. Like I knew I was going to have to rebuild my social circle. I knew if I didn't do the work that I would be in complete isolation, and I just didn't want that because I already didn't have family, in Houston like that. So I did know practically like, girl, you are going to have to start all the way over. So what I started doing was I would go to my gym in Dallas, and every day when I would go to my workout classes, I would make it a point to meet two people in the class and remember their name, to have a quick light conversation with them. And I just would pray like, Lord, please help me do better about remembering people's name, because how am I supposed to make new friends if I can't remember anyone's name? So I started praying about that. I started changing my confession. Is it that serious? For some it may be, maybe not. Hey, but this is just my story, and that's what I did. So I'm practicing meeting people's names. So I'm just knowing like when I come to Houston, this is my warm up, because when I was in Houston, I had the same friends from high school. I wasn't meeting new people. Like a lot of my relationships are long standing, which is fine, because if you don't have long standing relationships, red flag on you. Okay. But I knew I needed to prepare myself and get better at like showing myself friendly and putting myself out there, because it's about to be a whole new world. Like my immediate family, my mom, brothers, they are located in Dallas, so I'm trying to get myself together. As the story would have it, I would just hear about different events, okay? And girl, I went to this one event in particular, okay? And this was a private event. The event was and is a professional networking event. This is a networking event for educated people, for Black professionals, preferably degreed. It's like swanky, um kind of exclusive dress code type of thing. So I'm thinking to myself, dress code, you know what I'm saying? Like cocktail attire, all these things. Hey, that's me. Sign me up. Count me in. Cool, cool, cool. I put the event in my calendar. I sign up. I get my little ticket, get my little dress, my little outfit, all my things. And on the night of the event, I go just like I go to everything else. I put it in my GPS and I go to the event. Go to the event, take my little pictures, do the little step and repeat. Hey, 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 hey. All these things. So about like an hour into the event, I'm literally sitting there, okay, on the couch. And I look to my left and I look to my right. I look up in the corner and I said, oh my God, I think this is a club. I am at the club. Now, at that moment, the event was bought out. It was a private event. But if I were to go there the next day, it would be a club. And I'm just like, I just put things in the GPS. Okay? I just type it in and I go where the Apple Maps tells me to go. They said this is where the function was, that this was the event for the Black professionals, and here I am, Black and professional for the event. And that, my friends, is how I found myself for the very first time in the local club. Never thought I'd see the day. So, also, with me being the church girl that I am, I did not know that there is another set of rules to going to the club. Much likened to there are a set of unspoken and sometimes spoken rules that we may have in the church. The club has their set of rules also. Okay? For example, when you go there, you find nice seatings. Apparently, the people in the community, as one might say, will refer to this as a section. Okay? Unbeknownst to me, these sections that the people speak of are not free. They cost extra money. But I just saw nice couch, nice little end table. I'm a lady. I'm wearing heels. I'm going to have a seat. I did not know that said sections are reserved. And a section on a low end, okay, is like 150, okay, plus bottles. But the gag is the bottles be like 150. I want you people to know I would never pay $150 for alcohol because communion, where I come from, is free. Okay? First Sundays, we have. Let me stop playing with God. Okay. Communion, where I come from, is not $150. You pay your tithes. Most churches, it's going to be included one time a month, and we do this in remembrance of the sacrifice that the Lord has made for us. However, those in the broader community, in secular spaces, have a minimum purchase requirement of said alcoholic beverages. And so the bottle girls, much likened unto ushers in the church community, continued to ask me, did I want anything? The gag is, I don't really drink like that. So I was like, no. Like, for me, a Sprite is fine. Just because I wasn't raised that way. So it just never really like crossed my mind like this is a part of the business structure. This is what these people do around here. So thankfully, whatever section I found had not been sold. So no one ever asked me to move because then I would have really been embarrassed. But yet and still, as I have proceeded to go to certain events and spaces that do have sections, I am now aware that these beautiful couches may be reserved for someone to feel that they are having their night of celebrity as they are out and about. Now, to my own credit, okay, church people love to say, I didn't come to church to be cute. And me being the fine young woman that I am at the time in her early 20s and blossoming, okay, into an evolving woman and wondering, perhaps where can I go to be cute? Where can I go to be seen? Because I'm young, okay, I'm fine, I'm single, and somebody got to see me because It seems as though the men in the church do not come there seeking a wife in the same ways that the women's may be socialized to do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how I found myself at the lounge. So we have now gone from club to lounge. Now, I will say the last time that I went to a club, I don't know what the people club, okay, I don't know. I think that the people were trying to scare me straight, because when I went to the club, now granted, I do kind of mix and mingle amongst a certain echelon of people. Now, I'm not the one that's at the free for all. I am not down for whatever. I have limits. I have boundaries. Okay. I have standards. Okay. So I'm just not at anybody's hole in the wall. Okay. And somebody actually DM'd me this time that I went to the club, because I posted my location because I'm here. It's not anything I feel like that I need to hide. And someone asked me, "You're at such and such, and whatever this place that I was at must have been like renowned in the city." First of all, I just got here. Okay? I don't know where I'm at. I put it in the GPS and I go. Okay? I put it in the GPS. I see my estimated time of arrival. I follow what Apple Maps tells me to do. And here I am. So don't judge me about whether or not I'm here nor there, because I'm new to the city altogether. Everything is new. Everything is fresh to me. I'm just now finding it out. Okay? So anyways, fast forward to the lounge, okay? Because I do feel that the lounge is my sweet spot, okay? Now I have not been to a lounge in a little piece of minute. I have not been out and about. I have not been in the streets. I have not been socializing, okay? I am working on some things that have required me to just step back and be in prayer. I have not been outside. I was not outside this summer. I did a few things with a couple of the organizations, the communities that I love to serve, and that's about the size of it for me this past summer. But anyways, Houston has, and I feel like it's growing in popularity, this one thing that I absolutely love and am continually fascinated by, which is a speakeasy. And if you don't know what a speakeasy is like you go into it and it looks like one place on the outside, and then you go inside and it's usually some themed, swanky, elegant type lounge. Now, my birthday is coming up, okay, on September 22nd. And with that being said, I do feel that a lounge is a bit more age appropriate for someone as myself. Okay. So I went to the speakeasy. Y'all, I looked up, and me and my homegirl, we just plan an outing. So what we'll do is I will have at least, I try not to make it to where I'm not going out and having some type of social activity no less than twice a month. So I need to have at least 2 social things on the calendar. Okay, 2 weekends, 2 whatever, 2 brunches, 2 dates, whatever it's going to be. It's a minimum of 2. Okay. So me and my homegirl, we are just planning events. So whenever we get together, we always plan just a few weeks out, period. I look up and come to find out this particular speakeasy is having a masquerade ball. And the event landed on Halloween. I just want you to know, for the last 30 years of my life, when Halloween has come, I have been sitting in the house praying and engaging in spiritual warfare, I was flabbergasted when I realized I had plans to be out and about sweeping through the city on October 31st. But this time, I had a little bit of secular etiquette, as one might say, if that's what you would love to call it. I knew what a section was. Now, I still asked if there was room in the section for me to sit down. Now, whether or not that is proper protocol, I don't know. Do people in the world regulate the same way that the people on the usher board do? Because the people on the usher board will reseat you, okay? They will rope off a section. They're putting signs up these days. And see, that's what's wrong with society now, is y'all have gotten too good to serve on the usher board. The book says I'd rather be a dog keeper in the house. Oh, I crack myself up. I hope you all are having a good time. Oh, so anyways, as I continue to expand my social circle, right, and my network of people, I started to find myself getting more invited to different things. So holiday parties, like different things where city officials are there. Just, that's my type of vibe. Give me upscale, give me upper echelon, give me Black excellence, give me who's who. Like, that's my type of, you know what I'm saying, environment. And so as I continue to get invited to these wonderful places and spaces, now arises the question, how do I dance? Somebody should have told me, Majisty, you need to prepare your moves for these events in advance, because you don't want to be the one that's like a stick in the mud, like too tense in the atmosphere, okay? But then also, I don't know that I don't think I'm at a twerk in public space. I don't think I'm the girl that you'll ever see twerking on the internet. That's pretty much a firm boundary that I have. If you ever see me twerking on the internet, know whatever footage you are viewing is footage that is from my wedding reception. Okay? If you ever see me, regardless of what the caption may read, if I am twerking, just know it's at my wedding. So as far as the general public is concerned, probably not gonna be me. But what I do like to do is keep a little body roll. I feel that a body roll is very appropriate for any setting. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep a little movement, invite a little dance. I have danced like more like ballroom dancing, a little electric slide, which they are coming out with the line dances in droves, I tell you. I mean, it's so many. Last summer we had the Tamia, now they got a new one, and I'm just like, enough already. I still haven't learned the Tamia, and evidently they are going to keep that song in the rotation. So at some point, I'm going to have to learn the song, okay? Anyways, so yeah, I definitely feel that a lounge is a good place to get cute, go, be seen. It's not too packed. Now, one thing about this podcast, we talk about our convictions, our career, and our coins. What is a conviction for me might not be a conviction for you. So you need to pray about that. Okay, you need to seek the Lord. What environments would He have for you? Okay. And just because it's your conviction does not mean it's mine. So, before you also come telling me what you think I need to be doing based on your conviction, I want you to stop and hold your peace. Okay? Um, but anyways, I just wanted to do a light, little fun episode. So if you're watching the visual, let me know what are some of the things that you like to do for fun. Where do you like to go out and be seen? Um, Also, on a spiritual note, I will say that as I go into any environment, I am always looking for how my peace settles into place. It's like that scripture. If you go in your peace return, shake the dust from your feet and go. Okay. So if you go in and your peace is disrupted, that is a sign that that is not the environment for you. If you go in a place and you feel like you are somewhere that is not aligned with your convictions, if you go in there and you feel like you are doing something that God specifically told you, Sally, Becky, Janae, whomever, not to do, just don't do it. You don't have to be legalistic about it. Now, I've probably had more discernment about certain jobs, certain churches than I have about the time or times that I have been to the club or the lounge. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Let me know in the comments. As I reflect on what is something that somebody should have told me about being a church girl in the club or going to the club, period. I think certain environments affect everyone differently. If you have a propensity to certain things, you might not want to do that. But it wasn't that for me. It was not a horrible or a terrible experience. But also, even though it was a club building, it was a private event. And so the people who were there had been vetted at a certain level. So I will say that. But nonetheless, when you get down to it, if you were to go any other day, it is a club. Um, Anyways, I hope you had fun. I had fun kikiing with you guys. Wherever you are listening to this podcast, please share this with a friend if you want to help the pod. Follow, so subscribe on Apple, Spotify, Audible, everywhere the podcasts are available, iHeart Radio. This podcast is available. So please subscribe everywhere you get your podcast. And let me know in the comments what you think. And until next time, bye.